Hello and welcome. I just wanted to shoot this quick little informational intro here to let you guys know exactly how I'm going to be reviewing my movies here on the channel. I'm sure you've seen other channels in the past or movie critics. They may use certain wordings or a grading system like, A to F. I won't be doing that because, to be honest with you, I've never understood giving a movie like an A or a B or a C plus or a B minus. Like, what the hell does that even mean? Like, I just never understood that. So mine's going to be a little bit more simple in the fact that I'm going to have an honest and thorough review of the movie, both spoiler-free and then spoiler. I'll have both in the same video, but I will give you ample warning before it switches over in case you do not want it spoiled. But I will simply recommend the movie, or I will not recommend the movie. And of course, I will let you know as to why I would or would not recommend that film. So with that being said, let's go ahead and slice right into this movie review. Okay, so Open 24 Hours. Now, this is a movie I was really excited about. I'm sure anybody watching this knows that. And if you don't, I actually did a video on this a few weeks back, around when I first started this channel, called Horror on the Horizon, because I wanted to bring this movie to as many people's attention as possible because of the amazing trailer. And I thought this was going to be a great horror, great slasher movie of all time. And I was definitely going to go and buy this on DVD, and I was going to love it. Unfortunately, this movie was nothing what I thought it was going to be. I found it to be very tedious, very boring, poor writing, an inconsistent plotting. The kills weren't even that great. Some of the performances weren't realistic. This movie was nowhere near what I thought it was going to be. It had an ending that was so abrupt and so clueless and so lame, in a word, that I really was not feeling this film whatsoever. I know for a fact, I watched this movie with my wife, actually, and I had paused the film at 1 hour and 4 minutes into the movie, and I turned and I looked at her and I said, "Taylor, nothing's happened. Like, nothing happened, right?" And I understand a slow burn. I understand a slow burn. But I assumed with the slow burn, the third act was going to be this huge, bloody, awesome climactic ending, and it wasn't. It was abrupt, and it was just so almost head-scratchingly bad. Like, it left you thinking, what was that? So ultimately, I don't really want to talk about this film without spoilers, so that's all I'm going to say about the film. If you want to go see it and then come back and watch the spoiler portions and the things I really did not like about this movie, then feel free to do that. But I am definitely going to go ahead and spill some spoilers. Alright, if you're here, welcome to the spoiler section. Now, I honestly, I'm going to have to pick a few things about this movie that I did not like. Now, first of all, as I said in the first portion of this video, that some of the writing was bad and the plotting was off. I don't understand how in the world, first of all, that her boyfriend got out of prison, okay, due to a power outage? Okay. And even if he did, how in the hell did he know where she was working at some random rundown gas station in the middle of nowhere? How the hell did he even know she was there? So, that just makes completely no sense to me whatsoever. And, what do you want out of a horror film, right? I want a good heroine. I want a good final girl that deserves to be a final girl. I want a menacing killer, and I want some good kills, and I want a semi-decent, believable plot. Okay, I didn't get any of that in this film. It was the killer I found not menacing whatsoever. I didn't think he was creepy. He was one of those killers where you're watching the film and you're just like, I just kick this guy's ass. You mean I would just run up and, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't even mess with this guy. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't scary to me, like, whatsoever. Like, he wasn't menacing. He wasn't creepy. He just didn't do much for me as far as a killer goes. And the woman that played Mary in the film as well, she, to me, did not live up to a good final girl. Like, you know what I mean? She was no Nancy. She was no Lori. She was no, Mary Beth. I mean, she wasn't any of that. She didn't deserve that because she was so, the character, mind you, not the actress. The character was so dim-witted and dumb throughout the whole movie that it was like, what are you doing? Like, she fell asleep at a crime scene. She fell asleep at a freaking crime scene, wakes up and just walks out of the gas station. Like who cares? Never mind the bodies, never mind the police, never mind any of that. She just gets up and walks out. Like, I didn't understand that. I'm like, what is that? Like, to me, that just didn't make any sense whatsoever. I did not like that. I didn't like the killer, as I stated before. I thought the decisions that they made just weren't very smart either. Even the police officer, the fact that the truck driver called and he said, hey, look, this place may have been robbed. You might want to bring the coroner and all this. So clearly the police station would have been like, whoa, there must be bodies there. Shit's hitting the fan. Don't you think they would have sent more than one police officer? And even if they did, he called on the radio and was in mid-sentence when he got shot and killed. And it goes the whole morning and they never sent another squad to go check on him. No sense whatsoever. No sense. No sense. There was 2 cool kills in the film. I thought the police officer getting shot through the window was cool. And I thought the sledgehammer death to the parole officer was pretty cool, especially because they showed you some of the great effects, some of the great practical effects, when smashing his head. Very similar to like a Walking Dead Negan baseball bat scene. So that was pretty cool. I did enjoy that. I enjoyed the 2 kills. Also, the actress who portrayed Mary in the film and the actor Brandon Felcher, I want to say, who portrayed Bobby, both had great performances. So I got to give them that. I loved his performance. I loved her performance. So they were good. But another thing I find as a flaw in this film was character development. Right? I didn't care about any of these characters. They didn't give me enough about them or their backstory or their lives or anything for me to even care. When they died, it was like, meh. The only one I moderately cared about was Bobby because he's from Freddy vs. Jason. You know what I mean? That's the only reason I cared about him. And in the first 2 minutes of the movie, or the first 2 to 5 minutes in the movie, they do like a flash forward thing of the gas station, like panning like the bodies and stuff, and you see that he's already dead. So why would you invest in the character when you already know 2 minutes into the movie that he's going to be dead at the end anyway? I didn't think it was a very good movie. Unfortunately, it let me down. And there is better horror, there is better slasher out there. I think it was a good enough concept. It had decent kills. It had a couple little cool things here and there. Good, I think it could have been done better. Keep the premise, maybe redo the movie. And I think you would have a much better film. So at the end of this, I cannot recommend this movie. I give this a thumbs down. Thumbs down for this movie. Unfortunately, I cannot recommend it. But it is out now. If you do still want to go see it for yourself, it is out there. And I appreciate you so much for watching this movie review. Again, this is my first one. And we're going to keep improving as we go, guys. But please like, comment, subscribe. Especially comment, guys. Talk to me. Let's start a conversation. If you agree with me about this film or you disagree with me about this film, let me know in the comments. This is all just my opinion. I'm not right. You're not right. I'm not wrong. You're not wrong. It's all opinion. Let me know if you agree, if you disagree, or anything in between. And I thank you so much for watching. And always remember that this is my design.